Are you planning for your retirement? Did you come across the Transition to Retirement Strategy, or TTR strategy for short? Would you like to know how you can use your super to ease into retirement, or how your super can boost your super? Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? Well, it did to me too first, but actually it makes complete sense. In this video, I'll explain to you how this works. Welcome, I'm Sabrina from retireon.com.au. Transition to retirement is not just a social or an emotional concept. It is an actual financial strategy that uses the money in your super fund to help you ease into retirement or to give your super a boost. In today's video, we're gonna look at both scenarios in details, see how they work, their benefits and their drawbacks. Please don't take this video as any kind of financial advice. I just want to give you an overview of those scenarios and explain to you how they work. If you think that one of them could be something for you, you need to seek professional advice. What is a TTR and how does it actually work? Well, generally speaking, you start drawing a TTR pension from the money in your super fund. You use this money to supplement your income, which is lower because you either decided to reduce your work hours or you decided to do more salary sacrifice on your income. For either of those scenarios to work, you must have reached preservation age so that you're able to access the money in your super fund. In order to draw a transition to retirement pension, you have to move the money from your accumulation account into the account-based pension account. You still need to keep your accumulation account because you're still employed, you still receive employer contributions. And then you start drawing the pension from the account-based pension account. It will be between 4 and 10% of the money in that account each financial year if you're 65 years or younger. You cannot take it out as a lump sum. But the good thing is, if you decide that TTR is not something for you, you can move the money back into your accumulation account and keep working until you're ready to retire fully. Now, let's have a closer look at the two scenarios possible. First, how you can use a TTR strategy to ease into retirement. So the idea here is that you reduce your work hours, and obviously that results in a lower income. To keep your lifestyle, you then use your TTR pension to partially fill this gap. And this is the main benefit of this strategy. There are other financial benefits. You are still receiving employer contributions, and that helps refilling your accumulation account. And there's a tax benefit. If you're 60 years or older, your transition to retirement pension money will be tax-free. If you're aged between 55 and 59 years old, it will be taxed on your marginal tax rate, but you get a 15% tax offset. And the money in your account-based pension account is invested and gets returns. That helps growing the money there, but it will be taxed at 15%. And there's the big non-financial benefit. It helps you ease into retirement. Because you're reducing your work hours, you have more free time to explore hobbies and to prepare on what you're going to do with all this free leisure time once you actually retire completely. The drawback for this scenario though is that if you start drawing your super early, it may affect the lifestyle that you can afford once you retire completely because you've already spent some money that you used to have in your super. Before we look at the other scenario, could I please ask you to subscribe to my channel? I would really appreciate your support. Thanks a lot. The second scenario uses a TTR strategy to save tax and boost super. The idea here is that you keep your work hours the same, but you salary sacrifice as much as possible. Obviously, that results in a less take-home pay. So again, you use the TTR pension to fill this gap. The main benefit of this strategy is that you give your super a boost by salary sacrificing, but there's other financial benefits. Because you are salary sacrificing, you're actually saving tax. Your contributions to the super fund are taxed at 15% and not your marginal tax rate. And you're saving on income tax. If you're 60 years or older, your pension income will be tax-free. If you're aged 55 to 59 years old, it will be taxed at your marginal tax rate, but you get a 15% tax offset. And the money in your account-based pension account is actually invested and gets returns, which are taxed at 15%. The drawback of this scenario is that it takes quite some work to set it all up and get it running. For some people, it may not be worth the effort. Generally speaking, this strategy works best if you're aged 60 or older and are a middle to upper middle income earner. If you think that a TTR could be something for you, then also consider the following things. As I mentioned before, you need to have an accumulation account and an account-based pension account in order to be able to draw a TTR pension. If your money is in a defined benefit fund, you will not be able to draw a TTR pension. And do you really need the additional income from a TTR pension? Some people actually realize that when they get older, their expenses reduce. So maybe you will be able to salary sacrifice more or reduce your work hours without having to supplement your income. Are you or your partner receiving government benefits, such as the aged pension? Then make sure with an advisor that those benefits are not going to be reduced once you receive a TTR pension. And do you get life insurance through your super fund? Then check with them that your cover doesn't reduce or cease when you move to a TTR strategy. And drawing your super early potentially results in less money in retirement, and this may affect the lifestyle you'll be able to afford once you retire permanently. As you can see, there's lots of things to consider. TTR can be very complex, and it would be very wise to speak to a financial advisor to make sure that they're really a good idea in your case. Would you actually consider one of those scenarios for yourself? Please let me know by commenting below. Like and subscribe so you get notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.